Howdy friends, and welcome to the Average J, Texas edition. I have not been on recently, and I hope you can hear me because I'm not sure how the wind is going to affect this or not, but I have not posted a video in a month, over a month actually, and that's because I have been away for the military in Texas. I am in North Texas, not too far from the Oklahoma state line. And if you see behind me, there's a lot of nothing and a lot of wind. So hopefully the wind's not going to blow the camera over. But I just wanted to kind of do a quick video and let you know what's going on. Not really going to say a whole lot about, what's going on here or what I'm doing. That's, they tell us don't ever say anything that you're doing on the video. So I won't. But, I don't think it's any big thing to say that I'm in North Texas, Wichita Falls, and I'm going to take you on a tour. I'll show you the room that I've been staying in and the hot box that is. Even though it's cold outside, it got down to 29 degrees last night, and it's still, with the window open in my room when I woke up was 72 degrees. And I think right now it's at like 74 degrees, 75 degrees, because I had just closed everything up. So, but come on along, and I'll give you a little quick tour of the base, tour of my room, tour of the dining facility. We'll have a good time. As you can see, I do have a fan that I put up in the window because the temperature in this room on average is around high 70s, low 80s. So I'll put the fan into the window and try to blow some cooler air in. And this is the desk I've been working at. So I have been doing my full-time job, civilian job, while I've been down here. So at night I get done my military work and I come and I sit at this desk. A TV that I very rarely use. And it's supposed to be made to be like a hotel room, but it used to be an old dormitory. So they used to have 2 beds in here, and this is like a little sink area. You can see it's old as crap, and then the old foot lockers, there were 2 because you'd have 2 people in here, so I just have my stuff in there. It's kind of a mess, but oh well. It serves its purpose. Oh, by the way, I brought my Keurig from home since I drove. And a little fridge, a little freezer, microwave. Now the bathroom is like a Jack and Jill. As you can see, deluxe accommodations. So the bathroom does go to another room, so I do have to share a bathroom with another service member. So there is somebody in the other room, and it hasn't happened to me yet, but I've had this happen before in rooms like this where, you know, the person you're sharing the bathroom with locks it when they go in, they forget to unlock it, and then all of a sudden you have to go really bad and the door's locked. So sometimes that happens. But now that we saw what the room is, I'm going to go over to the dining facility, grab a bite to eat, and I'll show you what that looks like. Every day when leaving, follow down the hallway, and of course they put the old man on the 3rd floor. Hey, so there's my car right, where is it? Right there. There I am, right there. And let's see what we have here. Oh, stairs. What fun. Woohoo! Oh, this is how I get my exercise. That's 1 flight and 2 flights. Now, here's something I don't understand. It's 21 steps for this segment, and the one up top is 19. I do not understand why they didn't just make it 20 and 20. But I have to go over to my car and get my sunglasses because it's bright. Oh, did I bring my car keys? I don't even know. No, I didn't. So I guess I'm not going to the car. I will go directly over to the dining facility. But you can see it's located where I am, right on like the middle of nothing. So way over yonder, over to the far side, is the regional airport, Wichita Falls Regional Airport. And then an awful lot of nothing where the flight line is. But this is 16 miles, I think I am, from the Oklahoma state line. So pretty darn close to Oklahoma. And also pretty darn close to the dining facility, because there's my building, and this building over here across the street, it's literally across the street, is a dining facility. I'm going to eat and get fat, and you got somebody over there running around the track exercising. God bless him. But I'm going to head in here. Alright. So you can see pretty good hours. They're open quite a bit. Alright, so this is the chow hall. On this side is where you can get sandwiches and wraps. Although I say sandwiches, last time I went in there they didn't have bread, it was wraps only. This is the main line. So this is where you would go for your main foods or hot foods. And then this is the eating area. It's kind of busy at this point. So that's another main line. And this is where you go for like burgers and hot dogs. So I think I'm gonna go main line. Well, the dining hall was really busy. On the weekends it usually is. You get a lot of the airmen in there. So I got mine to go. I got some bourbon chicken and mashed potatoes. You do have to wear a mask in the dining facility, so I put mine on, show my team pride, roll tide. So I'm gonna go back to my room and eat this, and then I'm gonna take you on a little walking tour of the base. Well, now that I got my food, back up the steps again. I probably do this 5 or 6 times a day. Oh, goodness. Okay, lunch is done. It took me a little longer than I thought because I get caught up watching some of my favorite YouTube channels. Today I watched my friend Joan at Joan's Pointed Plate make some, we used to call them pizzelli. She was making pizzelle. She called them pizzelles. And, oh, I love those things. When I go home, maybe I'll be lucky enough to go over and snag one in person. And I watched Roy over at Recipes with Roy make these really interesting looking peppermint cupcakes. By the way, yes, I did the steps again, and I come over and I put my trash in here so it's not in my room. So I gotta go get my sunglasses. But yeah, so anyway, these peppermint cupcakes looked really good. So I might have to try that one. While I was getting stuff out of the car, my sunglasses, I realized I have my bags from Buc-ee's in here. Yesterday I took a ride to Buc-ee's. They don't have one close, but I drove 110 miles to go to a Buc-ee's and get some supplies. We are going to check out the laundry. I have to use my key to get in. So as you can see, it's a big facility. They get the carts here. And lots of machines. It's a big facility. So the machines are nice. And they do not cost anything. They're not coin operated. They are just free, which is nice. Here we have the parade grounds. Although the grass doesn't really look parade worthy right now. And they got the stands over there for an audience. So it's a pretty cool area. On Fridays, a lot of time, you'll see a bunch of training airmen out here. This field will literally be filled with young troops in their PT uniforms, their physical training uniforms, doing group PT and shouting and a lot of enthusiasm. Now, that building right there looks very much like the type of dormitory that I was in 1994. I had been at this base, this is my 3rd time at this base, but I don't really remember much of it. And that looks very much like the type of building I was in. I'm not saying that was the building I was in, I'm saying that's the type of building I was in. So, and then over here, I'll try to zoom in. It's hard to see because I have my contacts in and sunglasses on. That building right over there is the post office. So I did send a box of Buc-ee's materials home to Michelle and Alex, and that is where I sent it from. This building right here is called the Solid Rock Cafe, and it's not a cafe. If you look at the wording, Solid Rock Cafe, this is the Faith Center. So this is where I go to church on Sundays, is Solid Rock Cafe. This is where they have the Protestant services. For my Catholic friends out there like Joan and Doug, that's actually at the main chapel 1. So I actually have not been over there. So, but this is where they have the Protestant services, including contemporary, which I had never actually participated in before, but that was the first one that I saw on the schedule, and it was a little different. So this is what they call the mini mall. This has like Starbucks in it, Exchange Military Clothing sales, a couple of fast food places, a GameStop. So there's quite a few things inside. Oh, a barber shop. So there's quite a Taco Bell. So there's quite a few things in here. I had gotten a new shirt, short sleeve blue shirt, and this is where they put the stripes on for clothing alterations. So for not being a very big building, there's quite a bit in here. So let's take a walk in and see. If my voice sounds muffled, that's because this is another one of those places you have to have your mask on. So this is walking in. Good amount of seating. I think GameStop is down here. They got a red box. And there it is. There's a GameStop right there. So there's the Starbucks, Taco Bell, and Popeyes. This is where I got my clothes altered at. You can see there's a guy back there now doing it. And this place is kind of a mess right now because they are doing all kinds of alterations to it. So I think I have some old footage of what it used to look like in here. But they have like all kinds of clothing stuff mixed with food, which is very weird. But this is all like clothing related. They have foods, snacks, workout stuff, I guess. These bags are $300. That's crazy. $279. You got like household items. Oh, see, this one's only $89 for this bag. But see this wall right here? I'll try to find the picture. They just put this wall up in here like literally this week. So I'll see if I can find the picture of it without it. And it follows the rest of the way. And this is part of their clothing sales. The other part of their clothing sales is behind that wall. And to get to that, you have to go through the alteration shop. So if you go through the alteration shop, it would take you behind this wall in the clothing sales. For those of you who don't know, my daughter Brittany works at Taco Bell back at home. So I see Taco Bell, I think of Brittany. One of the things I pointed out to Michelle was that this base is actually, it's really pretty big, but buildings wise, it's really no more than my base. The difference is in between buildings, you have all this space. So, and way up on the hill, if you can see it up there, I'll try to zoom in. That is the hospital, so, or the clinic. So that's where I got my flu shot like 3 weeks ago, because I found out I was late, overdue for my flu shot. So my unit said, go get it there. So I did. I showed you the clinic, the hospital, but this is what they're building to replace that. So at some point, the medical group will eventually be in here, which is nice. Because my other daughter, Stephanie, I said, Brittany has her job. Stephanie works in the medical group. Well, she's actually a trainer at a different base. So when I see med group, I think of Stephanie. Over here we have the south bowling lanes. One of the things that I find funny is this base has 2 bowling alleys on it. The south and the north is over that direction. There are a lot of trainees on this base, so I guess they got to keep them youngins something to do. I guess bowling is cheap and fun, and keeps them out of trouble. So we did have an outing with members of my flight one night here. I'll insert the picture right here. It was a good time. We had a lot of fun. I am not a good bowler. I realized that. I think I broke 100 on the first game. I think I got like a 130 something. Then the second game was like a 98. But I was getting tired. Dog tired, boss. But that's the bowling alley that we went to. I am not sure if these are fire ants or not. All I know is I don't know if I'd want to get too close to these suckers. I'm pretty sure they could do some damage. Here's the hole right there. Got to be careful where you walk when you're down south. There's a lot of things down here that can and will hurt you. I always worry about rattlesnakes when I'm in Texas. When Michelle and I drove out to California and we went through northern Texas and we stopped at, well, I am in northern Texas, but we stopped at a rest stop, and the rest stop had big signs, watch out, there's rattlesnakes all over the place. So, when I look around, I look for the rattlesnakes. I did see jackrabbits. I saw them multiple times, but I did manage to get a picture of one, and I'll insert that here. Those things are super big. Really scared me at first. It was kind of dark. I was walking out to the car first thing in the morning, getting ready to go to work, and he was just sitting there. I got pretty close before he decided he was going to move, and he didn't go that far, at least not enough that I was able to get a good picture of him, or what I thought was a good picture. They do have a Burger King. Unfortunately, it's only open Monday through Friday from like 10 till 5. Here's one thing that I think is funny. Right outside of the gate is a Sonic. Hopefully you can see that. But Michelle and I always laugh because we love Sonic. And the closest one to us is like, you gotta go like 25, 30 minutes. So when I first got here, I had to make sure that I pointed out to Michelle that there is a Sonic right outside of the gate, and I got to do like a Michelle, where she always is pointing up, so but yeah, it's going from the closest one 25 to 30 minutes and having to get on a highway at home to literally being able to just take a couple minute walk. Big difference. That blue bus, that's a shuttle bus. They do have a shuttle bus that goes around, so, but I guess it has a good route, enough stops, but still, if you have the opportunity to have a vehicle here, it's advised. So this is the base exchange complex. So they have a barber shop, and it says food court, but all there is a Charlie's Subs and a Pizza Hut. Not really much of a food court. Commissary's over there. I'll take you over there in a second. The main exchange, we'll go into there. There's a bank in here, which is weird. There's like 3 banks. There's a bank in the exchange, and there's a bank right there, and there's a bank back there. Yeah, right there. So 3 banks within like a block of each other, which is very strange. And so over here also they have Enterprise Rent-A-Car, which is weird because I've never known anybody who was authorized to rent a car being TDY here. GNC Cleaners, which by the way did an excellent job on my uniform, and like a tactical supply store. But we're gonna go into the exchange. So this is where we were doing the gift wrapping yesterday, so that was pretty good. And this is the exchange. It is not very large. I will say, yesterday, They did have Santa Claus in here, right here. I will insert a picture of me and Santa right here. This is the electronics segment. As you can see, it's not real big, but so on the first week I was here, I needed something to eat ice cream out of, so I came over to here and I got this cup because it was a 1 cup, and I showed Michelle and she says, oh, that's a Ray Dunn. I'm like, what in the world is Ray Dunn? So apparently Ray Dunn is like a thing. So now I know when I see stuff that's written real big like this, Ray Dunn. And then it goes back there a little bit for some like outdoor toys is back there. This is the hardware section. I guess it's not a bad little store, but it's not as big as most exchanges would be. And there's even a better difference when you see the commissary. The commissary is much smaller too. But, you know, it's funny when you go into a regular store to see your liquor. And this is the commissary. Let's take a walk in. I need to pick up some coffee pods. And you can see it's a little older. It doesn't go very far. That's the far wall over there. And they do have everything you would need, just maybe not as big a selection. Maybe not like 3 or 4 types of every item. But every item you would need, I think you could pretty much find here. But like I said, I need to get some coffee pods or K-cups, whatever you call those things. I got some from Buc-ee's, and I tried 6 of them. All 6 leaked or got grounds into my mug. So I think it's a design flaw. So looking at these right here, you can't go wrong for $2.64. We will go for that. Alright, so I'm going to tell you my experience with milk. So, if you see all the milk here, okay, and if you look at regular milk, let's take a 2%. The date on that is December 16th. Now, let's look at the organic milk. You probably can't see, but it says used by January 26th. So it makes a huge difference being organic and high pasteurized or ultra pasteurized. Ultra pasteurized is high heat for a shorter amount of time, but it increases the shelf life of milk by like months. So tip, if you ever want milk to stay good, it costs a little bit more. Get the organic ultra pasteurized. And At this point, we walked around the entire commissary. It really didn't take that long, did it? So we're gonna go ahead and check out. Got a sign saying, another great shop coming soon. I wonder what it's gonna be. Maybe it's going to be the egg store. Michelle can open up an egg store. Come down to Texas. She'll be close to her daughter Stephanie and open up eggs. I do like these machines. So if you notice, for a gallon of water, 25 cents. 5 gallons, $1.25. You bring your own container. So, you know, you bring your old gallon or whatever and refill it up for 25 cents. I mean, when you buy it in the store for $1, you're just getting filtered water anyway. So this is just giving you filtered water in your own container, 25 cents. So that's pretty much about it for the walking tour. So thought it'd be nice to have the flags behind me, the plane behind me. Although you can't really see the plane because I got myself in the way, but it's been a good time. You know, I have 4 duty days left. Today is Sunday, and I have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I get done Thursday probably around noon, and I'm going to head on the road, drive, and hopefully be home by Friday night. That's what I'm shooting for. But, you know, there's been some good things. I got to see Stephanie, Josh, and Gavin, my daughter, my son-in-law, and my grandson. And the funny part is my folks actually drove down from New Jersey to Texas. They spent about 2 weeks down here, and they got to see Gavin as well. I'll put some pictures in of them right here. I'm happy they got to see him, their great-grandson. I think they had a really good time. But in general, you know, it's been hard. I'm not going to lie. I'm not young. You know, once you cross that half-century mark, you know, things aren't as easy for, you know, getting up at, you know, the crack of dawn, doing your military job during the day, you know, the assignment that I'm here for, and then get done, come back to my room and start my civilian job for, you know, the rest of the night. And then there was, with my military obligations, some stuff to do afterwards to finish up. We'll call it homework. So the weekends couldn't come fast enough, but even then, with, you know, doing volunteer work, it, you know, like the Christmas wrapping and some other things, it's a lot when you're old. So I'm looking forward to a 12-day break, go home for 12 days, but then I'll be back down here for just shy of about another 3 weeks, and then I'll be done. And then I can be home for good and just worry about my civilian job during the daytime and spend quality family time with Michelle, Alex, and Brittany. Well, Brittany till she leaves. Once she leaves, then I won't get to see her, but get to see my dog. Oh, speaking of dogs, I was there was a day I had to wear my blues, and the room I was in, they brought a service dog around, and it reminded me so much of Artie. I took a selfie with the dog. I'll show you right here. That dog's name was Elijah. Elijah was a working dog, and they encouraged petting, so I made sure I took advantage of plenty of petting. So it is windy as can be in there. But anyway, I am glad that you got to see well, not necessarily the job I've been doing, but at least where I've been for the last 5 weeks, and will be for the next week, and then a couple weeks in January. I'm hoping that I get the opportunity to do a Tuesday tag while I'm home with Michelle, although I know everybody likes the Tuesday tag better when Michelle's there. That's why I'm not trying it while I'm not home, because her answers are usually the funnier ones. So thank you for coming along, and everything is just fine here in Texas, and probably the next time I talk to you will be from my home in New Jersey with my dog, my cats, my chickens, my wife, and my kids. Have a great day. Oh, and like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that stuff.